welcome back to Susannah's kitchen. I hope everyone's really well. Today I'm in the kitchen and I'm making a Sri Lankan style curry. Now I'm not saying that this is completely traditional, but I do think it has the flavours of that type of curry. We're using chicken in this and we're going to make some gorgeous Sri Lankan style rice as well. Tons of flavour in this. It's got tamarind in it, it's got chili, it's got Madras curry powder. It really hits the spot when you fancy a takeaway. Of course, it's so much nicer to cook it at home. The Ninja makes it really simple, and we're going to be cooking the chicken curry and the rice both at the same time, which is perfect as far as I'm concerned because it makes it really quick and easy. So you've probably seen that my brand new cookbook, 4 Seasons, is currently on pre-order. Now, it's not going to be on pre-order for very much longer. So if you do want a copy and you want to save yourself that £5, head over to the website and go and order it now, www.susannahskitchen.uk. And just to remind you, all my recipes are available on my website and they are printable. There's a subscription that you need to sign up to, but it's from as little as £2.50 a month. So it really is quite a minimal charge. There's over 300 recipes on there and I'm adding to them all the time. Some weeks it's sort of 2 or 3, some other weeks it could be 5 or 6. So you're getting loads of new content on the website as well. So thank you for clicking on this video and joining me today. If you like the look of it, please hit the like button. And of course, if you try it, I'd love to hear from you. You can go over to my Facebook group. You can share what you've made over there. We love seeing people's creations and what they've done. Quite often people change things up, use a different meat or a different way of doing it. It's really interesting and we're all learning from each other, so that's brilliant. And also, if you haven't subscribed, it's free to do so. It really does help my YouTube channel so much. If you do, just hit that subscribe button below. Right, I think that's everything. Let's start cooking. So you're going to want a couple of really large chicken breasts for this recipe, or you can use some tenders like this. I've got these were 400 grams, so that kind of gives you an idea of the amount. So let's start measuring everything we need in. So we have got ground turmeric to start with. Get my measuring spoons. There we go. This stains everything. I try and not get it on my nails as much as possible because that is always a disaster. So half a teaspoon. And then we've got Madras curry powder. Oh, if I can get that open. And I'm going to go with half a teaspoon again. No, that's a lie. I want a teaspoon for this. Okay, let's try and measure that out. So a teaspoon of Madras curry powder. This is all going to get mixed together. And then some paprika. Do you know what? I say it both ways, don't I? Paprika, paprika. What's the right way? I must learn. Okay, teaspoon of paprika, however you like to say it. Teaspoon in there. Then I want a healthy amount of black pepper all over my chicken. And then also some salt. Want to make sure this is seasoned nicely. And then I'm using tamarind paste, which you can get in most of the supermarkets. I think this one was, it might have been Sainsbury's actually. But I know they do it in most. So I want a tablespoon, as you can see, because it's a paste. It's very wobbly and thick. So that's around a tablespoon. So this is, just in case you've not used it before, it's quite a unique taste. It's sweet and sour flavour. So it's perfect, obviously, for curries. You know, you can use this in vegetarian curries, I believe, as well. And it's good for pickles, apparently. So yeah, but I always kind of use it with a curry. That's what I associate it with anyway. Right, that is everything in our chicken. Let's give that a mix. Okay, that smells beautiful. Now, obviously, if you want to do this ahead of time, ahead of cooking, then you can leave this to marinate. Cover it over, pop it in your fridge. Do this in the morning. Then when you come home, this part's prepped and you're ready to go. But even if you can only leave it for 10 minutes or so, it's all going to be better than nothing, of course. Let's bring in my pestle and mortar and let's get some cardamom pods. And I just always have these in my cupboard. That is what they look like. I'm just going to pick out 2, 3. I think I'm going to go with 4 of those. And then you just want to crush those. And you'll see that it breaks up that outside, that hard shell, just like that. Right, let's get the Ninja onto sear and saute. And then I'm just going to add in a tablespoon of oil. Doesn't matter what oil you use. I've got vegetable oil here. Let's begin by getting the onion into the pot. That's half an onion. I've got some fresh ginger here. I want around a teaspoon. So I'm just grating that in. Let's have a look how much we've got there. Oh, it's so juicy. Oh, that smells gorgeous. And then just scrape it out for the inside. There you go. That's much better. We've got a good teaspoon there. Just turning down the sear and saute. Don't want it too high. Now, I couldn't get any fresh curry leaves, so I'm going to go with a couple of dried leaves in there. And literally, you get them in the supermarket like this, just curry leaves, but obviously it's nice if you've got fresh ones, but they are gorgeous. They're quite, let me smell it again. They're quite sort of, almost got like a citrus. I can sort of smell a bit of citrus in those. Maybe that's in my head, but yeah, they smell good anyway. If you need to and you're catching on the bottom a little bit, just add a tiny little bit more oil. I've just done a little bit of spray oil there. And once this is starting to brown nicely, your onion, literally 5 minutes, we can move on to the next stage. And then my next stage is crushing in my garlic. Oh, there you go, just scrape that off into your pot. Now you only want to cook your garlic for a minute because we do not want that to burn. It does have a tendency to do that. I am on level 3 though, so we're not on too high, so it should be good. And then the crushed cardamom, so just the little kind of seeds that are inside the pod, just put those in. I've discarded the outside edge, the little shells like that. Got rid of those. Now I've got half a teaspoon of chili powder, and then I've got a teaspoon of my Madras curry powder. And then just literally give that a minute, just so those onions can take on all of the flavour that we have added into our pot. And now I'm going to turn up my sear and saute onto level 4, I think. And then we can add in our chicken. I'm going to literally scrape out the bowl so I get every little bit of that flavour going in. I can tell you the house is smelling absolutely beautiful right now. Now I like to get a little bit of colour on the outside of my chicken. Just think it really adds to the flavour of your curry. But as you can see, this isn't too complicated. There's a few ingredients here. But if you're someone that likes a curry, you've probably got most of these things just in your cupboard. Okay, next up we have got tomato puree, and I put in 3 tablespoons, and also a whole tin of Italian chopped tomatoes. Let's give that a really good stir. Now I want to point this out to you because it's really important. Where we've been using sear and saute, look, you can see there, I have caught ever so slightly on the bottom of the pot, just in that area. So make sure that you're using your silicone utensil just to make sure the bottom of the pot is nice and clean. Now I'm adding in some coconut milk as well. Now this is a light coconut milk, so it's quite runny. And that's good because obviously we want this to be able to come up to pressure. So again, stir that through, and that's just going to help get rid of any little bits that are on the bottom of the pot, because if not, it does give me a problem sometimes, and it means that you won't come to pressure. So look how gorgeous this curry is. I am looking forward to eating this. I can't tell you how much I enjoy a good curry. And I know that you all do too, because generally they are probably one of my most popular videos. Okay, so sear and saute is off, and you should see the mess I've made. I don't normally show you this, but yes, I am pretty messy, I have to say. It all gets cleared up though, doesn't it? So let's just move a few of these bits to the side so that we can create our rice. Okay, so I've got stock at the ready. Let's go and grab the rice. I'm going to go and rinse it under a running tap. Okay, so I'm going to use my Ninja round pot. This fits really nicely on the rack. One thing I will show you actually, if I just go into my drawer here, is I got a couple of bits in Sainsbury's. I've used this one already. So if you saw this before, I had one of these from Tesco. So both supermarkets do it. Again, this fits perfectly on the rack. That one is this kind of deep here. So if you look at the normal Ninja pot, it's probably around half. So when you're doing a smaller quantity of rice, then this is quite handy, or you're obviously cooking something else and layering up. And then I also got these from Sainsbury's as well. And I got a couple of these, and these aren't as deep as this one here, as you can see, and they are ever so slightly smaller. So when you want to fit something in, these are quite handy for layering up, and they're really inexpensive. I can't remember how much they were, like a couple of quid each or something. So I just thought I would show you those. Okay, so rice rinsed. All I do is literally running tap in a sieve. Rice is ready. I'm using jasmine rice for this, and that's 225 grams that I've just put in there. So now we need our measuring spoons once again. Here we go, and let's flavour it up. So I want like 1/8 of a teaspoon, so half of one of those. So it's just a little bit of turmeric. It's just going to add colour more than anything. Ginger. I want a piece of ginger in here. So nice chunky bit. That's my thumb. It's probably like a thumb sized piece. It's just that mine's like wider. So thumb sized piece of ginger, and that just sits in there. I've taken the peel off just because it's going to release more flavour that way. Okay, a little bit of salt. We are going to need some stock. So I'm using a chicken stock pot here. Let's reuse this. Put that in. And I've just boiled my kettle. So I've got 175 mils of hot water. In goes the stock. Then I'm going to top that up with 60 millilitres, roughly, of coconut milk. So we're still using that tin of coconut milk, which is great. I've got 5 peppercorns, a couple of cardamom pods, good knob of butter, around a tablespoon's worth, is probably 20 grams. Let's grab a curry leaf. Let's keep these flavours going through. See if I can get a decent sized one. Oh well, we'll have a little one in this, just a little one. And then I'm going to add a clove. I'm not a massive fan of cloves, so I'm only adding one, but if you want to add more, you can. I meant to add something else, a cinnamon stick to my curry. I pressure cook on high for 0 minutes with a natural release. Okay, so natural release is finished. It took 14 minutes, but quite often we'll get to this point and it'll say that you can open the lid, but you can't. And sometimes there is just a little bit more. And if you just flick it like that, you'll see there is a very small amount of pressure left in that pot, and we then should be able to open the lid. Obviously, you don't have to do that. You can just literally be patient and wait for it. Sometimes it just takes a minute or two longer. So we're at close to 16 minutes. Let's open up on the rack and take that out. Oh, the smell is amazing. God, this smells so good. I feel like this is even better than anything I've made recently. If I move that, you can see actually the bottom has caught ever so slightly, but we were absolutely fine. So just be aware of that. Make sure when I'm giving you the measurements that you're definitely using them. Go over slightly rather than under. That's always the best way. So let's take out the cinnamon sticks. We don't need that anymore. And I will find those curry leaves in there as well. Now I'm happy with the consistency of that. I don't feel the need to thicken it on sear and saute or do anything more. So let's have a look at our rice. Let's grab a fork. Let's take out the ginger. We've got the curry leaf. We've got a couple of cardamom pods. We've got a clove there. I find it easier just to use my fingers actually. Let's take out the small little black peppercorns. Everything has done its job in terms of adding flavour. And let's just give this rice a fluff and a good mix. Look at that. It's looking really nice. I need to be a bit careful with this fork because I don't want to damage my pot. So I do like to use a fork just to go through this. That looks gorgeous, that rice. Really nice. Sometimes when you first open it up, it looks a little bit dry and you think, oh my goodness, what's happened here? But actually, once you've gone through it like this, it really does look nice. I'm going to give that a quick taste. Oh yeah, that. Oh, it's perfect. Oh, it's so nice. Yum. Have a little another taste. That's really good. Right, let's keep that warm. And let's go and serve up everything. I have to say, I'm quite impressed with myself. I think this tastes absolutely incredible. Please give this a try. It is just so good. That chicken is so tender. And I love my chicken when it is pressure cooked. It's my favourite way to have it. And then this rice is just incredible. I don't know what it is about it. It just tastes so, so good. So please hit that like button for me if you've enjoyed today's recipe in the Ninja Foodi. Don't forget to also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Give it a try because it's so, so nice. I promise you that. You're going to love it.